Lake Tahoe has always worn two faces. One belongs to the sunlit postcards, the sparkling water, the ski resorts, the vacation homes. The other lives in the shadows, whispered stories of disappearing mansions, buried tunnels, secret billionaires, vanished explorers, and a lake so deep it almost seems alive. Today, we drift into the hidden side of Tahoe, the legends, the lore, and the little known histories that shaped one of America's most mysterious places. Welcome to Tahoe Legends and Lore, the lake of many names. Long before it became a playground for millionaires and ski travelers, the Washoe Tribe called Tahoe De Ah, meaning the lake. To them, it wasn't simply a body of water, it was a living being, a place of healing, a gateway between worlds. They believed the lake held spirits, some gentle, some restless. Stories were passed down of small whirlpools appearing without wind, shapes moving below the surface, and a depth that felt bottomless. Tahoe is 1,645 feet deep, deeper than most people realize. So deep that if you drained every drop of water in California, Tahoe alone could refill it. It's no surprise the legends began early. Tahoe Tessie, monster, myth, or misunderstanding. If Loch Ness has Nessie, Tahoe has Tessie. Reports started in the late 1800s. Fishermen swore they saw a massive serpentine creature gliding under their boats. Tourists claimed the water bulged as if something huge was pushing upward. And locals? Well, they still whisper about the day the entire lake went unnaturally still, then rippled in one long wave that rolled across the shore. Most modern explanations blame giant sturgeon. Others say Tessie is nothing more than underwater illusions created by Tahoe's clarity. But every summer, someone sees something something big, something silent, something impossible. Whether Tessie is real or not, the lake seems to enjoy keeping its secrets. The Mafia, the millionaires, and the hidden tunnels of the North Shore. The 1940s brought a new era to Tahoe, one filled with smoke filled rooms, whispered deals, and men who preferred their names kept out of newspapers. When the first casinos opened on the Nevada side, money flooded the lake, followed by the people who liked to keep an eye on money. Stories grew about unmarked tunnels running beneath the old clubs in Crystal Bay. Rumors of escape routes dug straight into the hills. Some said a hidden passage ran from the Cal Neva basement all the way to a private dock on the lake. Frank Sinatra owned the Cal Neva for a brief, glamorous moment. He installed secret doors, hidden rooms, and a subterranean tunnel connecting the showroom to the bungalows where Marilyn Monroe stayed. Visitors swear they've heard footsteps in those tunnels late at night, even after they were officially sealed. Monroe's last weekend alive was spent at Tahoe. To this day, some people believe she left behind a diary no one has ever found. Lost mansions and forgotten empires. Tahoe's shoreline hides more than coves and boulders. It hides stories, estates built by titans of the industry, each massive enough to qualify it as its own kingdom. Fleur du Lac, or Flower of the Lake. Built by Henry J. Kaiser during World War II, Fleur du Lac was a private retreat for men who built empires out of steel and ships. It hosted presidents, Hollywood elites, and the engineers who helped win the war. Few know that under its polished surface lies a world of secrets, whispers of underground wine cellars, hidden war room meeting spaces, even a private harbor where Kaiser tested experimental boats far from curious eyes. Thunderbird Lodge, the loneliest mansion. Built by the eccentric George Whittle Jr., Thunderbird Lodge looks like a movie set dropped into the mountains. Whittle owned more than 40,000 acres of Tahoe and refused to sell. He rarely spoke to anyone, he kept lions as pets, and he built a mansion connected by tunnels so he could avoid visitors. Some say he hid gold in those tunnels, others say he hid something darker. Vikingsholm, a mansion fit for a fairy tale. On the shores of Emerald Bay sits Vikingsholm, a Scandinavian fortress transported to Tahoe stone by stone. Every summer, shadows move through its empty rooms, though no one is inside. It's the kind of place that feels like it remembers you, even if you've never been. The bodies that don't surface. One of the most chilling Tahoe legends is also one of the simplest. Bodies don't rise in Tahoe. Cold water slows decomposition. The lake's depth adds pressure. Locals tell grim ones, of divers who went too far down and never came back. Old tales claim the Mafia used Tahoe as a dumping ground, counting on the cold to keep their secrets. Official reports deny all of it. Unofficially, the stories remain. As one longtime resident put it, the lake remembers everything, it just doesn't give anything back. The buried locomotives under the water. In the late 1800s, old steam locomotives were pushed off piers into Tahoe, not as trash, but as ballast for construction. Decades later, divers discovered them sitting perfectly preserved in the freezing water. Iron untouched by rust, wood still intact. Time behaves differently here. Things sink and stay exactly as they were, like memories trapped in ice. Tahoe's disappearing travelers. Disappearance stories have circled Tahoe for more than a century. Some hikers vanish on clear days only to be found miles from any trail. Boats drift ashore empty. Skilled swimmers go missing without a splash. Many have rational explanations, but not all. One 1920s case involved a prospector who told friends he heard a voice calling from the lake before walking into the water and disappearing without a trace. Locals still talk about it. Haunted spots, the spirits of the old Washoe lands. Tahoe isn't known for haunted houses, it's known for haunted landscapes. People report hearing drums echoing through the pines at night. Campers wake to the feeling of being watched even though no one is around. Visitors to Emerald Bay have heard chanting carried by the wind. The Washoe people believe the spirits here are guardians, not malevolent, just aware. Those who respect the lake feel peace. Those who don't feel something else. The lake that changes people. Talk to anyone who's lived by Tahoe long enough and they'll tell you the same thing. The lake has a personality. It's calm one moment, furious the next. It takes and it gives. It holds beauty and danger in equal measure. For some, Tahoe becomes a sanctuary. For others, an obsession. Writers, millionaires, musicians, hermits, gamblers, they all come here chasing something. Some found it, some didn't. But every person who stands on the shoreline feels the same pull, the feeling that this place is bigger than it looks, older than it seems, deeper than we understand. Lake Tahoe is more than a landmark. It's a keeper of stories, a witness to entire eras of rise and fall, a mirror that reveals just enough to keep us curious and hides just enough to remind us that mystery still exists in the world. Thank you for journeying through the shadows and stories of this extraordinary place. If you enjoyed this episode of Tahoe Legends and Lore, make sure to subscribe for more hidden histories, forgotten estates, and timeless mysteries waiting just beneath the surface. Until next time, sleep well and don't stare too long into the deep water.